It doesn't do anything for AI, and less people are going to see your website because, by the way, AI is going to generate an answer, which is why it's called generative engine optimization. So you might have been spending a lot of money on something that no one will see.
I'm Chris Woodard, Media Mindfield's Executive Director of Services.
Hi, I'm Christy Peel, the CEO and founder of Media Mindfield.
Today, we're here to talk about how to get your brand cited in AI, a topic more important than ever.
It's so important. And there's really, when we started in news, we were both journalists before getting into public relations, we knew the importance of storytelling, right? And then getting into public relations, we did that before there was social media, before AI. And the wild thing to me, Chris, I don't know for you, is that the things that were important in public relations 10 years ago are what absolutely moves the needle in AI search. It's like everything old is new again.
Everything came back around.
Totally.
And AI search is crazy important now because people aren't scrolling or clicking. When was the last time you scrolled down and didn't use that AI summary? People are using AI summaries.
And the zero click shift. So I think it's like 68 or something % of users aren't even clicking through to a website. They're just taking the summary. So AI, it's not just that people are using it, it's that it's so important that what people find about a leader, a company, an industry is accurate.
And the good news is there's so much that people can do to control it, though.
This is it.
Easy steps that you can take. It's an investment in time or money if you want to hire help. But the playbook is there. We know what's working to get your brand cited in AI search.
It really, if you put the time into it, you can control the outcome, which should be comforting for people. In most rooms, especially I do a lot of speaking to leaders and executives, and you say AI and they're like, oh my gosh, it's going to take the jobs, or I hate it, I love it, I'm afraid of it, whatever. But AI search results, you can control.
Right. So should we talk headlines?
Let's.
3 things. What do you need to do? The key functions of PR that are helping move the needle in AI. There's recency, consistency, and authenticity.
So important. Consistency means what your message is, put it in more than one place. Put it on your website. Make sure that the same message is in other things that you're publishing on social media. AI is going to essentially, and I know for the tech folks, I'm like killing the language, but AI is going to scroll through the internet and look for things that match. And the more things that match, it's going to say, okay, this clearly is the company we're talking about, the people we're talking about. Therefore, I'm going to validate it. It's credible. It has authority. That message must be real. I'm going to serve it up as an answer. So it's so important to be consistent. And when I talk to leaders of companies who have different divisions, this is confusing for them because this division does this and has this kind of client, and this division does this. That's fine, but make sure that in multiple places you're connecting the dots so that AI can.
Right. The overall organization message.
Absolutely.
Okay. So then there's also recency. If I've heard it once, I've heard it 100 times. I don't need to do PR because I already have a great library out there. I've already been on news stations. I've already got a great in the news page. I've got 100 blogs on there. But if the most recent one was from 2 years ago, you're not in good shape. You need to be consistently pumping out this content because the AI search engines, they value that recency because they're not silly, right? This is all trained. They don't want to grab something from 2 years ago and chance that it's not the case any longer.
Because things change so quickly. And we've seen this here at Media Mindfield, and I've talked to folks in the industry and they're seeing it as well. We used to have people work with us for 6 months or a year, get some news interviews, build up a library and say, thank you very much. It will work on SEO, meaning I can put my business into Google and that old stuff is going to show up even first. AI doesn't work that way. We've in the last week had 2 former clients reach out, and one just hired us because they want more news interviews. Now, did they tell us that it's because of AI? They didn't. Do I think that's the reason? I do.
So whether they said it directly or not, it's certainly a factor.
And we welcome them back.
With open arms.
Open arms. We welcome them back.
All right, we have one last piece in what we were talking about, those three categories, authenticity. Because it's really easy to use AI and think, I'm just going to get out there. It doesn't matter what I'm saying as long as I'm out there. Not a good strategy.
Neither is using AI to write slop to try and get AI to find you, because even if you ask AI, should I use AI to write content? It will tell you no.
Right?
So to get cited in AI means that you have to show up authentic as a human being that is vulnerable, that has a full complex life and experience and expertise. And there's a lot of different ways to do that, which we'll talk about next. But if I put your name in and 25,000 other people have the same bio as you, that's not good for you. So it's so important to be who you are, own your experience, own your expertise, own your insights. And that is how you can show up authentically.
Okay, so let's jump to the tools. That was too good of a transition. It's almost like you used to be in TV.
Years ago.
All right, so our tools. Should we start with social media?
So I can make my
your specialty?
My shameless plug. Look, there's my book. How did it get right there? That's so weird. In Flip Your Script, I write a lot about social media and how to show up authentically, how leaders can show up and be a holistic human being. We know that folks, especially important to folks, Gen Z, they have had access to information on people their entire life via their phone. And social media is a fantastic tool to use to be authentic and to show up, especially LinkedIn. I can't say it enough. If you're watching this and you're over age 35 or 40, you might say, gosh, I'm not looking for a job. Why should I be on LinkedIn? Well, LinkedIn is no longer about getting a job. It was at one time, it just isn't anymore. It's a critical social media platform. LinkedIn is the second most cited platform polled by ChatGPT or other large language models. The number one is Reddit. Not a place that most leaders want to show up.
I think the interesting thing about LinkedIn is the extent to which the needle has moved with people starting to get it and understand it has been really encouraging to see. But just today I had a conversation with another Marcom team who's like, what do we tell our leaders to get them on board? Like, we know it's important, but we're trying to get them there. So there is still some reservation.
The leaders are influencers. The employees are influencers. LinkedIn is an incredible platform. And I know you know the answer to this, even though it wasn't in any of the notes that we prepared for. Who's the number one NFL draft pick?
Over the last year?
This year.
Oh, this year? Fernando Mendoza.
And where did he announce that he was? LinkedIn.
All right, so we talked about social media, earned media. Another huge one for AI search because of that third-party credibility.
And earned media, if you don't know, is?
Interviews, TV. The interesting part about what earned media means, the definition hasn't changed, but the importance of all these different aspects of it are growing. Some people, we used to always get the ask, right? I want to be on NBC Nightly News. I want to be on Good Morning America. I want to be on CBS Sunday Morning.
I want to be with Oprah or Ellen.
Oprah, right? Those are big, right?
Yeah.
Don't discount the
Yeah.
big national outlets. But even niche industry outlets right now are just important. The top citations for people looking up what EV they want to buy were all from those insider and niche auto publications. So depending on your industry, that's part of earned media as well. So there's TV interviews, radio interviews, newspaper interviews, those niche outlets. Mm-hmm. And then there's the fact that creators are important now. When I say creator, I don't mean an influencer that you pay 90 grand for one story. I'm talking about a creator that has a Substack or has their own blog that's really well followed.
Again, everything old is new again, right?
Yep. Another piece, blogs or thought leadership. That's another tool that you can use. And I bring this one up after earned media because of how the two correlate. Anytime that you do have an interview or a piece of earned media, you got to milk that for everything it's worth. Post it on social, post about it on social more than once. Take that content and turn it into your own hosted blog or thought leadership article. You can put it on LinkedIn Pulse. You can put it on your company website. You can use it in a newsletter. But these articles are really key now. And it's not enough to just write them. They have to be structured right. They have to be optimized for AI. I told someone the other day, and I immediately saw them taking notes. I said, FAQ, as simple as an FAQ sounds, like you gotta have one on your website.
And the questions, should think about those questions as prompts. So what would someone who's looking to hire me, buy my product, work for me, whatever it might be, what prompts would they be looking? And then develop your FAQ in the same fashion. So it's more likely that if someone asks the exact question to find you, you'll show up in an AI search.
Yes.
And don't put it on as a PDF, because AI is not reading your PDF. Or if you're going to post a video, it has to be a transcript because it will read the words. So I hear that a lot too when I'm speaking to leaders. They spend a lot, or their marketing departments or agencies spend a lot of money making these beautiful videos, but they don't have a transcript anywhere. That transcript is a great blog. It's a great social media post. There's so many things that can be done. But if you're just creating a beautiful video and it's buried on your website, or even if it's the front of your website with no words, it doesn't do anything for AI. And less people are going to see your website because, by the way, AI is going to generate an answer, which is why it's called generative engine optimization. So you might have been spending a lot of money on something that no one will see.
Yeah. So for those blogs, we talked about FAQ format being helpful. Headlines throughout the article are really helpful. Bullet points are really helpful. And gone are the days where you win with eloquent, long, flowery language. Right? Get to the point. And I think when people say, what should I not do? Like, what are mistakes to avoid if you're trying to have your brand cited with AI? That authenticity piece and using AI to be cited by AI is the number one. It goes across all the different tools we talked about, all the different tips. Like, that's a really easy way to not stand out. I think the bottom line too is it's not an option anymore, right? We talked about the why, because this is how people are finding information. We talked about the role PR plays, because what's old is new again.
Yeah.
And it's so important. The tools people can use, mistakes not to make, right? Make sure you optimize, don't use AI. So the bottom line is right where we started. It's not a complicated playbook. It just takes an investment in time or resources to make sure you're doing it and doing it regularly.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. Thanks.